as loud as possible. There are so many different species living in the ocean. Some of them are beautiful, some are deadly, and some are both. How do you recognize something that you can touch and something you have to run away from as fast as possible? How do you stay alive after a simple walk on the beach or swim in the sea? In this video, Brightside will tell about the most dangerous sea creatures you can meet and how to recognize them. Ooh, good thing. Counting down from number 10, Fire Coral. Do you know why scuba divers have to wear gloves? Yes, one of the reasons is fire coral. These small organisms can sting, and the effect can be not very serious, just some mild irritation, and it can be quite bad. A stung person may have severe pains, feel nauseated, and even vomit, which is not the best thing to do when you are underwater. Yeah, it makes a big green cloud. So if you decide to go scuba diving, make sure you have all the necessary gear for it and just be safe. Don't touch anything. Number 9. Flower Urchin. This urchin is both very beautiful and very deadly. It contains toxins that can cause anaphylactic shock, convulsions, and finally death. You can get poisoned if you step on it when you're in the sea or the ocean. You have to be super careful and watch your step. Many people who step on flower urchin die, not because of the toxin itself, but because they got disoriented by pain and drowned. Number 8. Cone Snail. These guys have been very popular among collectors, but we recommend you not to fall for the pretty appearance. Scientists say that just one drop of the cone snail's poison is enough to kill 20 people. Just one drop! Almost as bad as my roommate's cooking. The respiratory system shuts down due to paralysis, which causes death. What's both curious and terrible is that this snail is sometimes called the cigarette snail. The thing is, after you get stung, you only have enough time to smoke one cigarette. On the bright side, you really will quit smoking. Number 7. Portuguese Man-of-War. This animal looks truly beautiful, and many people mistake it for a jellyfish. That's why a different name for this animal is false jellyfish. Get it? You can find it mostly in tropical and subtropical regions of the Pacific and Indian Ocean. But sometimes the currents move man-of-war to places where it doesn't usually live. The most mind-blowing fact about man-of-war is that technically we should call it men-of-war and not refer to it as it, but they. And here's why. It's an animal that is made up of a colony of organisms cooperating together. Man-of-war has tentacles that can be 30 feet long, which it uses to paralyze and kill fish and other small creatures. Fortunately for humans, a man-of-war is not deadly, but extremely painful. And the worst parts about its venom is that it can stay on beaches for days after the animal itself is gone. So, if you are on a beach, look for warning signs. If you are stung by a man-of-war, don't even think about peeing on the sting. This will only make things worse, and you'll look very silly. Instead, use cold to reduce the swelling and kill the pain. Number 6. Sea snakes. Yeah, say that 5 times real fast. Yep, snakes in plural because we mean a whole variety of species. Sea snakes are in fact much more venomous than their land-living friends. Why are they so venomous? Well, as it turns out, they have to be like that because they hunt fish. So what they need to do is immobilize their prey very quickly not to let it escape. The good news is that in most cases, if you get bitten by a sea snake, there is an antivenom that you can take to survive. However, there is one snake that you definitely don't want to meet – the beaked snake. One drop of its venom can end lives of 3 men. And as you have probably guessed, it also causes your respiratory system to stop working. The only upside here is that the beaked snake is usually found in deep waters, so seeing it on the beach is very unlikely. Number 5. Lionfish. The fish that cannot tell the truth. Yes, they're always lying. Sorry. Many people call the lionfish the most beautiful sea creature in the world. You can find them in the Caribbean and Eastern Atlantic. Lionfishes are not deadly. They do have a venom, but it's not lethal. However, the pain you will experience if you get stung is so severe that people say you might wish you were dead. One fisherman whose foot was stung says he wanted it to be amputated. That's how bad the pain was. On the bright side, lionfishes are not offensive. If you don't do anything that it might perceive as dangerous, it probably won't attack you. Probably. Number 4. Chironex. This jellyfish doesn't have any teeth, but it's dangerous as hell. If a person gets stung, they will have excruciating pain, red inflammation in the stung area, and heart dysfunction. The victim needs to be taken to the nearest hospital as soon as he or she is pulled out of the water. Otherwise, death is inevitable. To be safe, don't touch any jellyfish at all. What if it's a chironex? Another thing you should always do is